For decades, the American passport was considered one of the most powerful in the world. But times have changed. Due to rising global tensions, political shifts, and policy overhauls, several countries are now pushing back hard. In this video, we'll reveal 10 powerful countries that are rejecting, deporting, or banning Americans in record numbers. From surprise visa denials to forced deportations, these are not just isolated cases, they reflect a global shift you can't ignore. Let's begin. Number 10. Russia. Russia has rapidly turned from a complex partner to a clear adversary in the eyes of many American policymakers, and the feeling is mutual. Amid growing tensions over the Ukraine war, NATO expansion, and sanctions, Russia has started aggressively tightening its borders against U.S. citizens. Many Americans have reported sudden visa cancellations, long interrogations at airports, and even being turned back at the border. U.S. embassies have issued repeated warnings that Americans visiting Russia risk arbitrary detention and may not receive consular help. Tourists, journalists, and even expats are finding Russia increasingly hostile, and for some, dangerous. Number 9. China. China's diplomatic relationship with the U.S. is currently walking a tightrope, and it shows in their immigration behavior. Over the past few years, Americans traveling to China have experienced longer visa wait times, stricter background checks, and even surveillance during their visits. U.S. journalists were outright expelled, and foreign NGO workers face intense scrutiny. With ongoing disputes over Taiwan, trade, and military dominance, the Chinese government is quietly discouraging American presence. Tourists are now seen through a lens of suspicion, and any political misstep can mean a denied re-entry or sudden deportation. Number 8. Turkey. Turkey, once a favorite for American travelers due to its mix of culture and coastlines, has grown increasingly unpredictable. Political instability, failed coups, and deteriorating U.S.-Turkey relations have made American visitors vulnerable. Recently, multiple Americans have been detained under broad anti-terror laws for simply posting online or attending protests. The Turkish government has accused U.S. citizens of interfering in domestic matters. Even travelers with clean records have reported being turned away at the airport or denied visas without explanation. What used to be an easy travel destination now feels like a gamble. Number 7. Iran. Iran has had a turbulent relationship with the United States for decades, and American citizens are paying the price when it comes to entry policies. Not only does Iran not have diplomatic relations with the U.S., but it also actively detains dual nationals and travelers suspected of espionage or journalism. In fact, even possessing a U.S. passport in Iran can make you a target. Recent travel advisories from the U.S. government strongly warn Americans not to visit Iran, as several high-profile detentions have occurred with little to no due process. Entering Iran now is a massive risk, even for cultural or religious tourism. Number 6. Venezuela. Once a paradise of tropical beauty, Venezuela has become one of the least welcoming countries for Americans. Due to deep political conflict and U.S. sanctions, the Venezuelan government cut off all diplomatic ties with the U.S. in 2019. As a result, visa services for Americans are virtually non-existent. Those who do enter, often via third-party countries, face the risk of detention, extortion, or surveillance. Venezuela's government regularly accuses Americans of plotting against them, making it nearly impossible for U.S. citizens to visit safely or legally. Number 5. North Korea. It's no surprise that North Korea has one of the strictest bans on American travelers. Following the tragic death of Otto Warmbier in 2017, the U.S. government itself banned its citizens from traveling to North Korea. And even if the U.S. lifted that restriction tomorrow, North Korea's regime is known to detain Americans as political leverage. The country has closed itself off almost entirely from the outside world, and for Americans, stepping foot in North Korea is both illegal and life-threatening. Number 4. Cuba. While relations between the U.S. and Cuba seemed to thaw during the Obama administration, recent years have reversed that progress. Stricter sanctions, embassy cutbacks, and mysterious incidents like the Havana Syndrome have reignited diplomatic hostility. Tourist visas for Americans are limited and complicated. Many U.S. travelers now find it hard to get direct flights, book accommodations, or even use credit cards in Cuba. The Cuban government sees American visitors with caution, especially if they have connections to media, government, or activism. Number 3. Afghanistan. Since the Taliban regained control in 2021, Afghanistan has become one of the most dangerous places on earth for Americans. No official U.S. presence exists in the country anymore. Americans who choose to go, often for humanitarian or journalistic reasons, face an extreme risk of kidnapping, imprisonment, or worse. The Taliban has openly expressed hostility towards Western influences, and there are no legal pathways for tourism or business. Any American caught within Afghan borders is essentially on their own. Number 2. Pakistan. While not officially banning Americans, Pakistan has been increasingly hostile toward U.S. travelers. Visa applications now involve intensive screening, and Americans are frequently followed by intelligence officials during their stay. Certain regions are completely off-limits. Political tensions, especially concerning U.S. drone strikes and alleged interference in domestic politics, have created a deeply distrustful environment. There have been multiple incidents of Americans being detained, questioned, or even expelled, especially if they are involved in media or religious outreach. Number 1. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia might surprise you, but recent moves show a growing resistance toward U.S. travelers, particularly those involved in journalism, politics, or activism. While the country is opening up to tourism in general, Americans are facing quiet pushback. Multiple citizens have been detained for tweets made outside the country, or for violating local laws unintentionally. Human rights organizations have raised concerns about the treatment of American women and dual nationals. Despite its glossy promotion campaigns, Saudi Arabia is not a risk-free destination for Americans, especially those unaware of strict local customs. The world is changing fast, and so are global travel dynamics. For American travelers, it's no longer as simple as booking a flight and showing your passport. Geopolitical tensions, national security laws, and shifting alliances mean that access is no longer guaranteed. Whether you're a tourist, expat, or digital nomad, it's more important than ever to stay informed and cautious. So tell us, were you surprised by any country on this list? Have you experienced any travel issues as an American abroad? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more updates on global travel and safety.